Hey everyone, so this is my video response to I Love Makeup, 10 products that you would reach for if you were running late for work. This is quite a typical scenario for me. I'm often late, even though I live quite near to my office. I do take a bit of time in the morning and I tend to keep the makeup routine fairly simple. I definitely use some products, but I try not to use too many. So what I'm going to show you is kind of my daily routine really, and if I have any extra time then I'll add some extra shadows and things like that just for fun, but otherwise these are the absolute staples in my collection, so I will get going and show you those now. Number one, foundation. Would not go out the house without foundation, sad but true. In the summer I can kind of skip it. I often just use a bronzer in the summer. I don't actually bother with actual foundation itself. But in the winter I do find that I need that little bit of extra coverage. I need to sort of even out my skin tone, and it also kind of brightens up your face as well if you choose the right tone of foundation. And the one I'm using at the moment, as you all know, is Revlon Colour Stay, which I'm still really happy with. I'm using the combination oily skin version, but I've also used some of the normal dry skin versions and I haven't noticed a difference. So I would definitely need to put this in my handbag if it was a case of me having to rush to work and then apply the makeup in the office. So number one, foundation. I'm mindful of the fact that it's winter. I do love to use a bronzer in the winter, and there's some really great ones out there. If you go slightly paler, you can go for something like Giorgio Armani's number one bronzer. That's a fantastic colour, particularly if you are very pale, because it's not a true brown. It's actually just got a little bit of colour in it, a little bit of warmth, and it really brightens up your face. And I'm a big believer of bronzer all year round, but you've just got to vary it and choose the right tone for you. And at the moment the one I'm loving is Maybelline's Pure Blush Mineral Meteor Brown, and I'm not sure if this is available in the US. When I did my haul video there were a few people that said, what colour is it? I can't find it on the website, and I'm really sorry about that, but I'm not really sure what colour it is. I had a quick look on Maybelline.com on the US site, couldn't find it either, but this is wonderful bronzer for anyone who's fairly like NC30 downwards but likes a little bit of colour, uses perhaps a bronzer for a contour. This is a brilliant, brilliant product. I love this. I'm using it obsessively at the moment. So the next thing I would never ever leave the house without, even if I was in a rush, I would always make time for blusher, and obviously at the moment the blusher du jour is Stark Naked Beauty Powder from MAC. Really gorgeous. It's almost like a very light raspberry, really lovely, with lots of gold pearl, not shimmer, pearl. So if you are scared of shimmer and glitter on your face, just use this, it's brilliant. And we haven't stopped with the cheek products, I've still got one more. I'm kind of cheek obsessed and I like to change things up and try new things. And one product that I brought a couple of weeks ago that I talked about on my blog, which I really like, I also saw Pinky Charm's review of it and she actually thought it was a great product as well. And it's Prestige's Skin Loving Minerals, and it's called Sunbaked Mineral Bronzing Powder, and this one is in Pure Shimmer. It's basically kind of similar between MAC's Lightscapade Mineralized Skin Finish and Soft and Gentle. It's somewhere in the middle. So it's just a really nice highlighter. It's not too chunky. I apply it just on the top of my cheekbones. And yes, I do actually make time for this in the morning, even if I'm running late, because it's just a case of me grabbing like a little brush like this, dabbing it in and just placing it there. And the key really is not to apply too much. If you apply too much, you're going to have to spend more time buffing it in. If you just do it really lightly, it just adds a nice glow. And I would say that this is akin to NARS's Albatross as well, even though they look quite different in the pans and they're not really comparable based on that. When you apply them on the skin, they give the same candlelit glow. So I really like this product as well, and this is definitely one that I would use if I was running late. So onto the eyes. I wouldn't actually use an eyeshadow on my lid, I would skip that step, but I would use sort of a base just to cover up any discoloration or any veins or anything like that. The one I would probably reach for, to be honest, and I have done when I'm running late recently, is Makeup Forever's Full Cover Concealer. Really hard to find in the UK. I got this in Abu Dhabi because they sell a lot of Makeup Forever in the Middle East. but I know everyone else, everywhere else in the world can get makeup forever except people in the UK. That's how it feels like. But it's an amazing concealer. I use an absolutely tiny, minuscule amount for both lids, and it just basically evens them out, creates like a really nice canvas, brightens up the area as well so I don't look tired, my lids don't look veiny or horrible, so I really, really like this product as well. But I wouldn't completely miss out the eyeshadow. What I tend to do is I'll apply the base on my lid and then apply a shadow just along the lower lash line, and it just adds a little bit of definition without having to go too crazy with the eyeliner. Really easy, quick technique. Just use a kind of a dark chocolate brown or a dark maroon colour. I don't like to deal with black when I'm running late because black has fallout, it smears if you touch it, and it can create a big old mess, and then you have to redo a lot of parts of your face routine. So I'm using at the moment Milani Spice. This is one I often reach for if I'm running late. Really gorgeous colour, great pigmentation. It's sort of a burnished copper, but it's really deep. It sort of brings out my eye colour, and I just apply it with like a MAC 219 just in there and just on along the lower lash line there. I don't extend it out or do anything fancy. It's clearly just applying it there, making sure it just defines my eye enough so that I don't have to spend too much time with mascara and eyeliner. Now the eyeliner that I choose would very much depend on how much time I've got. One option would be fluid line, and I would line my waterline and I would just do an outer flick on my outer corner, and I would use my favourite brush, the 210, and I didn't include brushes in the 10 products, I know that's cheating, but anyway. That's one option. Or if I'm really, really rushed for time, or I just think just got to get to work, I haven't got time to spend on eyeliner or worry about brushes, I would just reach for this one, which is L'Oreal's Super Linette Carbon Gloss, which I picked up quite recently. Still got the labels on because where I buy it they kind of sellotape everything round and it's like impossible to remove it once you purchase it. Really easy to work with, the colour is very pigmented and it lasts the distance. I have quite inset eyes, so I have a crease that comes down here, and sometimes my wing slightly goes over where that crease line would be, and often with most liquid eyeliners they'll fade there or they'll completely disappear after a couple of hours. With this I don't have that problem and I'm really impressed with it, and I know that some other people have done videos on it as well. Definitely I would probably reach for this more likely than fluid line, because with fluid line sometimes it gets on my contact lenses and that's a nightmare in itself. So yeah, this would be my next product. So my last eye product would be a brow definer. I'm not a big believer in penciling in or applying a shadow to my brows. I do it every now and then, but I kind of like them to look a little bit messy, which is great because I'm a little bit lazy. So it doesn't take a lot of time for me to do this. I just use MAC's brow set. This one is in Mink, which is a really dark brown. Came out with a recent collection, but it is limited edition. However, MAC do have other brow sets in other shades, so you'll be able to find something suitable. But what I like about this is it basically defines the area, so it adds a little bit of a tint just to colour in the bits where maybe you haven't got as much hair and it's not as even in colour with the rest of your brow. But it also keeps them in place. So if you've got unruly brows that move around in the course of the day, this is a good product to kind of tame them into position. Last but not least, it would have to be a lip product. I wouldn't probably reach for a lipstick or a gloss. I would reach for kind of a halfway product that basically added a tint but also added a shine, and for that it would probably be NARS Sabrina. And if I just swatch it, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of pinky peach, really pretty. I really like this, it's so easy, I could just put it in my bag and it's just the one product that I need. So that's it, that's the 10 products that I would reach for if I was running late, which pretty much happens Monday to Friday if I'm completely honest. I apply some of them basically in the flat and then I'll dump the rest in my handbag and just run out the door and apply as much as I can on the way. But yeah, that's it. If anyone else wants to do a video response to this, please do either attach it to this video below, or you can basically attach it to I Love Makeup's original video where she tagged me. That would also be great. So thanks everyone for watching and I will see you all soon. Bye.